Hey everyone who is tuning into my channel. Today I just wanted to talk about the root brands. So I want to start off with saying that I absolutely thank Dr. Christina Rahm and Clayton Thomas for all their services, and I got to meet them last summer. Yeah, it was last summer, this past summer. And Christina is so down to earth, and you can easily feel and spot that, especially if you're sensitive to energies. She's just a really great example at showing the love of God, and I love her heart. She's very down to earth, and I could feel and tell that she has a true passion to help humanity, to help the environment. And with Clayton, he has such a dad energy, and I love him. I love that he is very authentic. You don't have to worry where you stand with him. He's a direct person, and I appreciate that. I always think, when you meet someone who's just blunt with no filter, it's like, at least, they're not playing any games with you. And I want to show you guys some videos and pictures during my time, and just to show you guys that these moments were life-changing for me as someone who was bedbound for 3 years to now really living and really thriving. And it's just it really changed me, and I'm so thankful for these nutraceuticals, and just I'm really thankful for you guys. And so here is some pictures and a clip where you can kind of sense Dr. Rahm and where her heart stands.
Responsibility on our shoulders to change the world, and we can. We all understand that viruses mutate. I worked at Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson and Biogen Idec and Alexion as a scientist. My background was neuroscience and strategic sciences with a postdoc in nanobiotechnology, so I understand that viruses mutate, but I also understand that God made us to evolve and transcend, to be better human beings, so we mutate. Parasites, fungus, bacteria, it all changes. We have in our hands the ability with our minds and our souls to be able to make changes. I would argue that AI does not have a soul. I would say that we do, so we have a greater burden. We can't move forward. Our cells talk. Even though you are across the room, our cells recognize each other.
And so with this being said, I personally believe that Clean Slate can really help change the world. It's already changed so many human beings. I'm excited to see what unfolds for the root brands within the next year or so. Clean Slate is amazing. The way it's formulated is amazing. It is a detox, but it's a gentle detox, so you won't experience depletions in the cells. It actually replenishes and regenerates. Oh, that was loud. Which is very crucial for the body, because we always want to replenish if we are detoxing to avoid what's called mineral gapping. This is something that I think is just very special, and it is unique, especially the fact that Dr. Rahm, she played the song This Little Light of Mine while she was formulating it, because each minerals hold frequencies, and as a quantum physicist, she intentionally put this little light of mine so that we may all have the light of Christ within us. And I just think that's really beautiful and touching. When I found out about it, it amazed me even more, and it inspired me that I don't have to conform to the ways of the world, like what I ought to be as someone who claims to be a Christian. I get to be more of myself and understand the way science works and the way the body works, and without it being considered woo-woo or anything of that nature. because I do love God, and I also love science, and the more I've learned about how to heal the body correctly, it just confirms that God already created things for us so that we may take the natural things from the earth and to restore our bodies. And so there's a pack called the Trinity that, and you get it, the Trinity. It's very beautiful the way that Dr. Ram picked all of the names for each formula, and I like that she has a pack called the Trinity. And so she has another one called Restore, which helps restore the gut microbiome. Very important for me as someone who used to battle Crohn's, IBS, and gut issues. And that's not to say I still don't, suffer from things, because at times things flare up, but it's not the way I was. I went from 98 pounds to now 125, 130, healthy weight for my age. And then Zero In, which was a huge game changer because I used to battle with PTSD. I was going through a really terrible custody battle that impacted my mental health, and as someone who escaped from a very abusive man, and still to this day it's hard because being free and having that freedom of expression, it's still challenging because I have someone who's constantly watching and ready to attack or what have you, because I had a child with him. And with all that being said, Zero In really helped for a natural serotonin and dopamine. And if you have PTSD, which I did, I had a ton of flashbacks, and literally because the brain is a muscle, it helped heal that. I used to do what's called biofeedback therapy, and I did that for a few years, and it can impact you up to, I think it was 5 years, is what my psychologist told me. And by the time that the effects was wearing off, the PTSD within the body started resurfacing, and then that's when, thankfully, Root came into my life. And so now I can take Zero In without having to invest in biofeedback, because I was paying about $130 every week. This, I pay $85 for a box every month, and I get the same exact effects as if I was to do biofeedback, which is another form of frequency therapy. But with this, it's actually a supplement that helps heal the mind. It's all natural. Like I said, these are nutraceuticals. So I will get more in depth about these things, but I just wanted to share with you guys from my heart to yours, and thank you for everyone who's watching. God bless.